What's up, YouTube? It's me, Isaac, coming to you with another edition of my life. Now, don't get me wrong. When Pokemon Go first came out in 2016, I was a huge fan of it. But, 6 months in, there were certain things said that really turned me off of playing to the point where I didn't pick it up until quite recently, and that was like 6 months into Pokemon Go, and they've added a lot more Pokemon since then. I think they actually have every gen of Pokemon in Pokemon Go now. But when I stopped, it was just like Gen 1 and maybe a few from Gen 2 at the time. I'm not really sure. But, and they've added a lot more stuff and a lot more Pokemon. Like I said, they're up to the current gen of Pokemon in Pokemon Go, which I think is freaking amazing. I'm a huge Pokemon fan, but for so long there were things that just turned me off of Pokemon Go to the point where my mom would play for me on my profile and tell me if she caught anything that I didn't have, which was really cool of her. Thanks, Mom. And so like I said in a couple of my videos, I've recently gotten back into Pokemon Go within the last, I don't know, 6 months or so, and I'm enjoying it, but there are still some things about the game that bug the freaking crap out of me. Like, the catch rate of some Pokemon, I understand, is really low, where others are a lot easier to catch. That's just the basics of Pokemon. And weakening them is good, but things that bug me are, and let's use the Team Rocket battles for example, and some of the raid battles. In the Team Rocket battles, it's 3-on-3. Your 3 Pokemon versus whatever 3 Pokemon that particular Rocket Leader or Rocket Grunt or hell, even Giovanni have. But then when it comes down to catching the Pokemon, which you can catch one of their Pokemon, usually it's one of theirs, but on a very slim chance, it's just a random shadow Pokemon that had nothing to do with the battle whatsoever. It's very bizarre that even happens. Like, I did a Team Rocket battle recently, just before I started this recording, and the 3 Pokemon were water types. It was Caracosta, Kingdra, and I think Chinchou. There was too much blue on the screen, and it just blurred all together, but I did see yellow, so I think it was Chinchou. But the weird part was the shadow Pokemon I was up against to catch was a Shadow Paris, and that had nothing to do with the battle at all. My 3 Pokemon I used were Scizor, my Arcanine, and my Kangaskhan, all high-powered Pokemon. Which, if you know anything about Pokemon Go, you'll know it's hard to boost up your Pokemon's power without enough Stardust. That's probably another thing that's buggy about the game, but this video is about the fact that Shadow Pokemon should be one of the Pokemon that appear in the battle, not just random Pokemon like that. I would have freaking loved to have caught a Shadow Caracosta. That would have been awesome. I used Caracosta in my Pokemon team when I think it was Black and White came out, and Caracosta is just a really great Pokemon. So, well, actually, there are some stinker Pokemon that I don't really use because I'm not a fan of their designs. But so far, I'm enjoying my adventures in Gen 9, even though I am waiting for this, even though I am waiting for Legend ZA, which I'm really looking forward to. That'll be cool to see. I know I've done a video on my adventures in Legends Arceus, but I do like the fact that Legends ZA is going to be on both Switch and Switch 2, which I'm looking forward to. It'll be a great game. Even if I don't complete it, I will get just as close to completing it as I can. Which, if it's anything like Legends Arceus, I will get to the final boss and mess up. And here's something I don't like about Switch Lites. I absolutely love the Switch and the Switch Lite, but what I don't like about the Switch Lite is when it needs to be repaired, i.e., say a Joy-Con falls off. If your Joy-Con falls off and you have to send in your Joy-Con for the regular Switch, it is, I don't know how much it is because I don't have a regular Switch, but it's like $15 or something. But when I had to send in my Switch Lite because I honestly don't know how they repaired it, but as soon as I got it out of the box that it was mailed to me in, it would fall off again. That happened at least twice, but I had to send it in 5 times for various reasons. But the two that really irked me off were the two where I had just gotten it out of the box and it had fallen off. Like I don't know what they tried to do to try to fix it, which that irritates the ever-loving crap out of me, that it would just fall off as soon as I picked it up out of the box and bubble wrap. I remember one time I had left one of my games in, technically 12 of my games in my Switch, which was the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. I've done several videos of my adventures as Mega Man. Go check those out. Go check out my adventures as a Digidestin, which that series has had to restart because of how many times I had to send in my Switch. That is neither here nor there. I just find it really weird that if a Joy-Con falls off of a Switch Lite, it's not considered physical damage. But if a Joy-Con falls off of a regular Switch, it is considered physical damage. And that's just crazy and weird and very weird to me. And I don't know why that is. Nobody ever actually explained to me why it was like that, but I just sent it in anyway because I wanted to get it fixed and resolved. I learned my lesson though, that if they do release a Switch 2 Lite, I am not going to get it. I am going to get a regular Switch 2 when I get a chance, hopefully soon, but that's neither here nor there because not really that many good games are out for Switch 2 in my opinion. I probably won't pick one up until the next main Pokemon titles. I do not consider Legends a main Pokemon title. I consider it a spinoff, which is why I'm going to get that on my Switch Lite, hopefully. And yeah, it's just really weird that it's just all this together, the Pokemon Go stuff, the rant on Switch and Switch Lite Joy-Con damage, which that really bugged the ever-loving crap out of me. Not bad mouthing Nintendo here, just it was just really quite tedious for that. And the fact that, like I said, 2 of the 5 times I had to send it in, it was right after I had gotten it back because the same thing happened. The Joy-Con fell off. I mean, all 5 times I had to send it in, the Joy-Con fell off. But 2 of the times it fell off the moment I got it out of the bubble wrap. And that was crazy, bizarre, a little irksome, and just downright crazy. I'm having a really good day today. I hope you guys are too. I'm your host, Isaac Brummett. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, leave a comment. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one. I know I sure as shit will. Peace out, y'all.